Welcome everyone to today's deep dive into the history of one of the most legendary video game franchises of all time, Metal Gear Solid. Over the next 8 minutes, we'll explore its origins, evolution, and the impact it's had on the gaming industry. So, grab your stealth camo and cardboard box, because we're about to infiltrate the story of Metal Gear Solid. To truly appreciate Metal Gear Solid, we have to go back to 1987, when Hideo Kojima, a young game designer at Konami, was tasked with creating a military-themed action game for the MSX2 computer. The result? Metal Gear. Instead of focusing on run and gun gameplay, Kojima introduced stealth mechanics as a core element. Players controlled Solid Snake, an operative of Foxhound, as he infiltrated a fortified military base to destroy a nuclear-equipped bipedal tank known as Metal Gear. The game was revolutionary, but it wasn't until its sequel, Metal Gear 2: Solid Snake in 1990, that Kojima truly refined his vision. This game introduced more advanced enemy AI, an engaging story, and deeper stealth mechanics elements that would become the backbone of Metal Gear Solid. Fast forward to 1998. The gaming world was shifting towards 3D graphics, and Kojima was ready to take Metal Gear to the next level. Enter Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. This was not just an upgrade, it was a revolution. The game placed players back in the role of Solid Snake, now infiltrating Shadow Moses Island to stop Foxhound from using a new Metal Gear. With cinematic cutscenes, fully voiced characters, and an intricate story full of espionage, betrayal, and political intrigue, Metal Gear Solid became an instant classic. The game also pushed stealth gameplay to new heights. Enemies reacted to sound, left footprints in the snow, and adapted to player tactics. It wasn't just a game, it was an experience that felt like a Hollywood spy thriller. After the massive success of Metal Gear Solid, Kojima and his team at Konami worked on the highly anticipated sequel, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty, released in 2001 for the PlayStation 2. With improved graphics, a more complex AI system, and a gripping story, the game looked poised to be another masterpiece. However, it shocked players by pulling an unexpected twist. Instead of playing as Snake for most of the game, players controlled Raiden, a new character. This bait and switch was divisive, but the game's themes, government control, digital censorship, and the manipulation of information, became more relevant with time. Despite initial backlash, MGS2 is now regarded as a visionary piece of storytelling that was ahead of its time. In 2004, Kojima changed the formula again with Metal Gear Solid 3: Snake Eater. Instead of a futuristic setting, the game took players back to the 1960s during the Cold War, following Naked Snake, who would later become Big Boss. Set in a dense jungle environment, MGS3 introduced survival mechanics, camouflage systems, and hand-to-hand combat improvements. It also featured one of the most legendary boss fights in gaming history, the Duel Against the End, a sniper battle that could last for hours, or be skipped entirely if players manipulated the in-game clock. MGS3 was widely praised and is often considered the best game in the series for its emotional storytelling and in-depth mechanics. By 2008, the PlayStation 3 was pushing gaming technology forward, and Kojima used its power to deliver Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots. This game wrapped up Solid Snake's saga, introducing aging mechanics, new stealth systems, and photorealistic visuals. MGS4 answered long-standing mysteries, featuring extensive cutscenes, some of which lasted over an hour. While some criticized its movie-like pacing, fans appreciated the emotional weight of the story and the way it honored the legacy of the franchise. In 2010, Metal Gear Solid: Peace Walker was released on the PSP, focusing on Big Boss and his rise to power. It introduced base-building mechanics, which would later evolve into the Mother base system in Metal Gear Solid 5. Then, in 2014, Metal Gear Solid 5: Ground Zeroes acted as a prologue to the next major entry. It was a short but highly detailed open-world stealth experience that set the stage for what was to come. In 2015's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain was the most ambitious game in the series. With an open-world structure, dynamic weather, and unparalleled stealth freedom, it was a technical masterpiece. Players controlled Venom Snake, dealing with the aftermath of Ground Zeroes. However, controversy surrounded the game's development. Kojima had a falling out with Konami, leading to MGS5 being released seemingly unfinished. The final act felt incomplete, and fans speculated that cut content held crucial story elements. Despite its flaws, MGS5 remains one of the best stealth action games ever made. Shortly after MGS5, Hideo Kojima left Konami, marking the end of an era for Metal Gear. Without him, Konami attempted to continue the series with Metal Gear Survive in 2018, a game that was widely panned by fans and critics alike. Today, the future of Metal Gear remains uncertain. While Konami has announced remasters and remakes, including Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, fans know that without Kojima's vision, the series may never be the same. And that, my friends, is the history of Metal Gear Solid. From its humble beginnings in 1987 to its cinematic masterpieces, Kojima's work has left an undeniable mark on the gaming world. Whether we see another true Metal Gear game in the future or not, its legacy will live on in stealth action gameplay, deep narratives, and of course, the legendary words.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gaming history deep dives. Until next time, stay stealthy.